I see people coming into this work on many different levels of resonance of these teachings for themselves. They come in with many different resonance levels of what these teachings mean to them. And it's a fascinating view from where I stand and what I see from just simply making these groups and watching people come and go and stay. Some people are here and they're not really here in these groups. And I sense them also. I feel them. I feel them just observing and just fascinated and curious and sensing that there's something real here. And so they hang out and they, just quietly observe. Actually, that's, I would say that's the majority of the people in these groups, it feels like. The ones that are active, you know that they're active. Everybody knows that they're active, and they're commenting, they're making posts, they're messaging myself, they're messaging others, they're connecting with the community. And they know that something's real. They're not just curious about something being real. They know that it's real. And I wanted to take some time to explain to everybody what exactly that is and why this is, how these teachings are set up to interact with people. And it's on a level of such a personal nature that it's foolproof. And the teachings protect themselves. I think I can safely say that now at this point. I didn't used to feel that way, and I used to feel they needed protected. And of course, you listen to the Earth histories. You read Voyagers 2, and you see all of these stories of how the teachings are considered this fragile element to the teachings, and how we've lost them, and we've lost the CDT plates, and always just right out of our grasp throughout history, and twisted and distorted and used for control and power and edited plates that are edited. All right, this is the next level, and this is what we just discovered with the May 2012 shield split, was that the plates have been edited. Now that's a lot to stomach, and there's an impact with that I think the people are still kind of, well, I'll say people coming in are still trying to put that one together. Like, wait a second here. And, there's the mantra of rehash that's circulating that I hear very vividly, very clearly within the group, within the shield, within the people that did the grid work in these videos, in these old workshops, people that were at those workshops, people that participated in those activations. I can feel that. I can feel this from them, that Elaisa is rehashing old material. I feel that. Or that it's, since it wasn't handled correctly, the shield split, then she's compromised. There's a whole spectrum of it. But I want to say something that is very foolproof with these teachings on any level of these teachings. Any level. Whatever era. Dance for series, sliders, post failsafe, pre failsafe, Arrayas Productions, any level of these teachings, it's foolproof. And I'll just say this. You won't, if you don't carry the keys and the codes to unlock the truth contained within these teachings, you won't unlock it. It won't be unlocked for you. That's taken me a while to get to the point where I can say that with certainty after what I've been witnessing, what I've been seeing, and repeatedly seeing the people, how they come in to this work and what levels that they move to within this work, within these teachings. And the codes will never lie. The codes will never lie. If there's nothing within you to unlock what these teachings are about, it just won't happen. It won't happen. I've learned to be really, it's given me a lot of understanding of self-sovereignty, and respect for everybody's codes and respect for what everybody carries. And this, in our reality field, in our history, this could easily be misconstrued as the haves and the have-nots, the hierarchy. But I don't believe that it is, because I believe right now that everybody has the opportunity to reclaim their codes that they've lost. And that's what the new teachings are all about. The old teachings are going to show you what has been lost. Our external creation has been lost, is lost, and will be lost probably for quite a while. I don't know how quickly it's healing. I tend to peek in and see things happening, and sometimes I involve myself a lot into things that are happening in external creation. I'm just pulling out of the political scene right now. I'm not fascinated anymore. I've seen how the hypocritical nature of this show that's being put on by world governments and leaders and Illuminati, celebrities, Hollywood stuff, it's all meshing together. It really is. It's a little bigger when the puppets own militaries, own entire militaries, countries' militaries and militias, and but everything is starting to shift around even with that. That's another story. That's not what this audio is about. I just felt compelled to share with newcomers to kind of paint more of a picture of what dynamics are taking place, that if you struggle with comprehending this and you feel this inner struggle, inner conflict, inner frustration of lack and this fidgety spirit, or this just this cumbersome mentality of the teachings and trying to process it and put it together. The first thing I always say when somebody is in that consciousness and it's not clicking, and they're sometimes at their wits' end, other times they're really persevering, wanting to continue, and they're trying to be patient with themselves. First thing that comes out of my mouth is slow down. Stop everything. Put it down. Just put it down. And by doing that, it's science. For me, I can look back and see when I needed to do that. You're establishing a conduit with your higher self to lead you back to them. And that conduit will get stronger and stronger as time goes by. The more you have the ability to put it down and just stop and let it make an impact in your life. And you know what? That's exactly how I was introduced to these teachings, by my oversoul, soul level. I believe that, this is the crazy KS stuff about incarnates and how many, over 1,000 incarnations that we have on a soul level. Well, if that's true, you've got to be had to have met some, or are starting to meet some, or will meet some. Or maybe we've already met quite a few. And I'm starting to understand how, I think one of my incarnates, somebody that was very close to me, and I don't even know how to explain it. He was a 50-year-old black man with green eyes. Some kind of tribe with green-eyed black men that have, so I'm not generalizing, but there's a tone. There's some kind of tribal family with this. I don't know. What's his name? James Earl Jones. Darth Vader voice. Simba. This guy had the same tone. I don't know if he has green eyes or not. It's just, I've met people in, like, different cloisters, I guess, different root races that carry the same, like, features that are just the same, and there's some kind of soul family feel from that. I've been able to peg people of just like, they're from the same family, they're this tribe, they're that tribe. Actors, Hollywood people, political people, different people that I've met, like Tom Hanks DNA, or people that have the same tone and carry themselves and personality. I don't know, there's something with that. And I can relate to all of the people in those tribes. It's like I've met their tribe members. So that's who this man was. His name was Dorena. He's not in good health right now either. He gave me Voyagers too. We were in the Lighthouse bookstore. I've told this story a million times now. Never gets old though. It's up in Boulder, Colorado. Pretty famous metaphysical bookstore called the Lighthouse. It's kind of a downstairs, little dungeony bookstore. You walk downstairs to get to it. It's right off Pearl Street in Boulder, next to all the coffee shops and stuff. So he introduced this bookstore to me. He used to love Boulder. We went back and forth up there all the time. I don't like Boulder. He loved Boulder. I don't like the grids there. I don't resonate with it. It's too fast. Everything's too buzzy. But this was a special bookstore, and I still do visit this bookstore every now and then. I find my way up there to visit it. And he walked us down, me and another mutual close friend, and it's probably another incarnate, walked us down and went in the middle of the aisle, turned to his right. I was right behind him, and he pulled out a book. He said that it jumped out at him, and he turned around and handed it to me. He said, "This is for you," and placed it in my hand. Did not even look at the cover, didn't look at it. Looked like he was in a trance. All right? That's how these teachings came into my life. And they continued to come in my life in very similar fashion. In a very similar fashion. I wasn't able to buy Voyagers 2 at that time. But I knew what I held in my hands was the truth. And as a matter of fact, I was drawn to the back of the book right away to look at that Kathara grid, to know what I carry that unlocks the understanding of what that Kathara grid is, what it represents. Eternal life, eternal tree of life, not artificial tree of life, Kabbalah, used for dark magic for generations. No, this is an eternal tree of life. It has a head. It has a connection to its source. All of the information was just, it was back to back, and I knew it. I saw the Maharaj shield, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And this is oversoul and soul level language, you know? This is how your soul talks to you. I didn't do it. And I wasn't ready to do it. I didn't write it down. I didn't take a picture of it. I didn't try to memorize it. No, I wasn't drawn to it. And this is exactly what your codes, this is what it means by your codes will never lie. When you attune to this work and these teachings, you attune to a stream of DRT, DRO, divine right timing, divine right order. And somebody added this, a woman I just connected with in South Africa, which I've really been connecting with Africa lately a lot, added this to divine right timing. She said, which is attained by divine right balance. And I'll second that. How do you find balance divinely? You know, I mean, it's just living in spirit right now. So it's that's the kind of flow that you create with these teachings. There is no frustration. There's no frustration. There is none. It's not too much. It's not too complex. It's not too complicated. It's not, oh, this is going to take me years to understand or catch up on. That's the big word, is catch up. I'll never catch up. I'll never catch up. You know what that is? That's Metatronic seed atom reversal spinning in your head every time you look at it. It kicks in, and it goes faster and faster, and the frustration kicks in, and it's the part of you that can see the path lay ahead of you, and the incarnate saying, I'm out, I can't do it. And the soul and oversoul level saying, you remember this. How are you going to do this? How do you plan on doing this? You know, I've seen so many stories, guys. I have seen so many stories, and I'm continuing on a daily basis. And forget Hollywood, forget movies, forget screenwrites, anything. I mean, I've witnessed so much. I have witnessed so much, and it is just, you know, this channel is called Christic Conversations, and I didn't plan on it being a dialogue YouTube channel, you know, and a place for my videos and things like this. I created this channel years ago with Tony Dennis. It's a KSer in the UK. We did a 5-hour talk, you know, and established some level of encryption with this channel, what it was going to be. He was going to do interviews in the UK, since he's more connected. I don't know if that's England or what part of the UK he lives at, but he knows a lot of people in that area, and we called it Uniting the Cloisters. He believed in the vision, and this was, you know, seeing some of the interviews I did. I think it was right after Theta and Natalie's interview that we connected. Um, I might put that one back up. I might put that one back up because I feel he wanted me to take it down from the YouTube channel, the public channel, but I'm thinking to put that up in the private group, the KS Reality Talks private group, and just for archive, and documentation of some of the, creations that we were conjuring and talking about. There's a lot to it. This channel has really become a therapy type place for me in some of these videos here, and this will be an audio, but these audios are just late night therapy sessions kind of for me. So it's not, I don't expect people to listen to it, and to some extent it's kind of I'm not editing it, I'm not trying to make it production level. Some of it is kind of like an archive for me, but I'm sharing it. And I was just talking to somebody else. Who was this? I think it was yesterday, a couple days ago, just talking about what Newcomers was. All KS Reality Newcomers is, and the Dropbox folder in that group is, which I've taken some of it out now, taken some of Araya's stuff, because I'm not trying to be a vendor for Araya's, a black market vendor or whatever. I'm not going to be in that position. But I've been documenting my journey in that folder, and that's pretty much all I've done. Is I made a plasma catch-up PDF and document in that folder. It's just documenting the techniques that I did that worked. That's it. That's all that is. And that's kind of all this channel is turning into now, is I'm just documenting my thoughts, my observations, the history, the timeline of events and things that are going by right now. So it's just incredible. It's incredible to see that there is foolproof security mechanism in place with these teachings, and it's getting tighter and tighter. But it's not to say that it's as it's getting tighter and tighter. Here's the thing: it feels like it's happening is it's getting broader and broader. Like there's more and more people that the frequency is starting to help people with the mental blocks to start to understand and start to put it together, and it not be as like this frenzy of like I'll never catch up. I'm not hearing that as much. I'm not feeling that as much. It's it feels like things are starting to loosen up finally, in the sense of like the crunch that we were in before, of somewhat shield compaction type stuff, like the shield just felt like it was like there was this split, but then it just kept getting fractured, and it was just really, really unstable and wobbly type stuff that was going on. And it still is. It's not like the stuff just stopped, but the shield is stabilizing now. The themes are here. The themes have arrived. They're here, and they're popping on. I know some of them. I can say who some of them are. And I don't know, I'm not a big, not into titles. I'm not into trying to do that. People who know me know that. I'm not trying to even stick that on myself with the Zionate thing or the Syrian B thing, like, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. No, we're all of that, and we're all of what you want to focus on. We're Melchizedeks, we're Iani, we're Triadic, all these different levels, you know. We're a Rishi, we're an Avatar, we're all these different families and stuff. It's all of us. So it's petty to just say, oh, well, I'm this one, I'm this color over here, and I'm shinier, and I'm, you know, it's just ridiculous. It's I'm not. I grew up around some weird stuff like that. You know, that's divisive. But I can say that there's people that carry a more than normal capacity to hold frequency and to hold high frequency and just keep it on. And they don't drop it. And it's not even a matter of trying to not drop it. These people are built in. It's built in. And they're young. And they're courageous. And I don't worry that much. I don't worry that much anymore about what's going to happen in certain areas of the world even. You know, I'm seeing where these people stand, and they're going through 3D stuff. It's not to say they're not going through their stuff, but these are amazing people, amazingly resilient people. So I just, yeah. And they didn't have any frustrations. They came in and it clicked, and they remembered. And they said, you know what, I've been doing this for a long time. And there's other people that come in, and you know, some people come in and they say they'd never even heard of Kathara, and they say they already knew what it was. They've been doing this. This is how they live their life. And then there's other people that come in and they say, there's something here. Like, this is familiar. I don't know what it is, but something is here. And they're puzzled, and they're trying to figure it out, and they're trying to integrate histories, you know. There's other people that come in and watch the fascination, and they can feel the fascination. They're just like, kind of like moths to a light, just not understanding and bumping into it, but not able to process it. There's other people that come in from other groups and say, my group is right, this is wrong, she's fallen. Or there's some people that come in and say, you know what, she's right about this, this, and that, but she's wrong about that. And there's all these different spectrums of people that come in. And to me, it's codes. To me, it's levels of memory that is on. It's keys that individuals hold. It's placeholders, it's people, it's flame holders, it's shield holders. It's just a fascinating adventure, and I'm never going to get caught up in a series or TV show the way that I have with this. I'll tell you that. There's never going to be anything more fascinating than following this thread of newcomers and people coming in, and I love it. I do interviews with these people. I love it. And we've got so much more. There's going to be so many more. And some people, hopefully, possibly, that may come on and share, that people would love to hear from. They would love to hear this individual story, and I'm really pushing for it. So stay tuned. I definitely am. I am staying tuned. All right. I love you guys. Goodbye.